There's a reason Britain feels broke, and it's probably not what you think. I'm going to explain, but first of all, you need to understand one thing. It's called debt to GDP ratio. Sounds boring, kind of is boring, but it's important. Basically means how much debt the government has compared to how rich the country is. When I was born in 1994, it was about 30%. In other words, for every pound the country made, the government owed 30p in debt. And it stayed that way until around about 2008, when the banks ran out of money and we had to bail them out. So then, debt jumps to 60%. Over the next 10 years of Tory government, it rises to about 80%. Then some guy eats a bat in Wuhan, and now nobody can go to work. So the government has to borrow even more money. And today, Britain's debt to GDP ratio is roughly 100%. But the weirdest thing is that's not even the main problem. Because in France, the debt to GDP ratio is 113%. In America, it's 120%. Japan's 240%. What's really mad is that Britain is paying more interest on its debt than any of these countries, because the people lending money to the government aren't just looking at the total amount of debt, but how quickly it's racking up. Think of it like this. Japan is your mate who's always in his overdraft. America's the guy who spends a lot but always shows up to work. Britain was the sensible one, but we've bought a dog, a new car, and a hair transplant all in 1 month. We've pretended that we've had a big pay increase, but in reality, we've just got a credit card with a lot of debt. So the people who loan the government money are starting to charge a lot more for it. We're now in the crazy position where 8% of all of the money the government spends is just servicing debt. That's more than double the entire defence budget. And if you're spending more servicing your debt than you are defending your country, that is not good. If you want to know what I think we should do about that, then follow me for part 2.